Alright, so today I'm going to show you the changes I made to a dice rolling game based off of a previous video we were supposed to look at and some requirements that the app needed to have. So the original dice rolling game that we had was basically there'd be one die on the screen and you would just click it and another randomly generated one with a different value on it would appear. And yeah, that was pretty much it. You could do it forever and go on, and it would just keep on randomly generating. And the changes we needed to have were to have all six on the screen at the same time, which is why I have 6 image views, and we're supposed to calculate the average and the standard deviation of whatever value of those combined die are on the screen. So as you can see, I have my text fields for average and standard deviation. And in my main activity, I basically had to make variables for all of the 6 images. I made variables for the average and standard deviation. I just kept it concise to make it simple. And I also have a decimal format, which basically will show how many decimals there, so it goes to the thousandth, and I have some variables for average and standard deviation. Here is where I'm linking the variables to the images from this activity to the ones in my activity main over here. And I did the same thing for the average and standard. And these are basically where when you click on the dice, it'll roll it and make a new value for all of them. And okay, there we go. So basically, I'm just gonna minimize these because there's a lot, but this is what happens when they get switched. So originally in the first video we watched, there was just one of these switches, but since we have 6 die on the screen, we needed to have one for all of them, so you would keep all of these numbers the same for each one. Then the next one would be 2 and 3 and so on. And then for the math, you can see my random number right there. You just add all of them together and then divide it by 6, and then I set the rounding to up, and then this is where I calculated the standard deviation with some Java math components that were imported in. So when I run it, I already have it up. There are 6 of them up here. I just had a white background, 6 of these things that I imported, and I have the standard deviation and the average. So when I click on it, the average will show up on the screen, and so will the standard deviation according to how close they are together. And then you can basically do this over and over again, and all of these will randomly change. Sometimes they'll stay the same, sometimes they won't. But as you can see, it'll go on forever and ever. And yeah, that's basically my app.